Members of court and council, colleagues, distinguished honorees, graduates, family and friends, it is my honor, as president of Imperial College London, to welcome you to our virtual celebration. Let me begin by remembering the families, friends, and colleagues who have lost loved ones or suffered the severe effects of the coronavirus pandemic. Our thoughts are with you. Today is a celebration. It is also a reminder of the privileges and responsibilities that come with an imperial education. It reminds us that we can each contribute to helping one another and benefiting society. It reminds us that we are truly a global community. Graduates, congratulations. We are joining together from all over the world to celebrate your accomplishments, to applaud your many talents, and to wish you well in all that awaits you. You have worked hard at your studies, and you have excelled despite very different world circumstances than you expected. You have also excelled outside the lecture halls and laboratories as inventors, entrepreneurs, musicians, dancers, actors, singers, and athletes. Your volunteering to help others has been more important than ever. Let's recognize those whose support was essential during your time at Imperial. Your families and friends are always there when you need them. They share in your triumphs, and we celebrate with them. Our academics, who will join you in your departmental celebration, are dedicated researchers and educators, the best in their fields. They and many others have shared their knowledge. They have challenged and inspired you. They deserve our thanks. Graduates, the world needs people with your intelligence, your passion, your commitment to using your knowledge to find new ways forward through the challenges we face. You are ready for what's ahead. You may have had the chance, as I did with my son David, to ride the longest roller coaster in Europe called the Ultimate. It's a 1.5-mile ride in Yorkshire that lasts for about 7 minutes. That's a long ride for a roller coaster. It looks benign, a graceful wooden coaster set amid a beautiful landscape of wooded countryside. The ride begins quite innocently with a lift hill, long smooth hills, and bunny hops. Then there is a second lift hill and a turn to the left toward the woods. Soon, warning signs appear. Hang on. I was already gripping the safety bar for dear life. Chaos follows. Rapid turns jolt you left or right. You want to close your eyes, but you must watch to see which direction you will be thrown. You brace yourself for what's to come. This is what 2020 has been like. A benign beginning, followed by the many twists and turns created by the pandemic. The speed with which it grew in March was shocking. With little warning, you needed to pack up, change plans, and finish your studies remotely. And you did. You adapted. You persevered. You were resilient. You passed a test that you didn't foresee. You demonstrated qualities that will serve you well in your professional and personal lives. The world changed for us all. We work and communicate differently. We have tempered our plans. We know that we must do more with less. Our staff have made transformative changes to the ways we collaborate and teach. Our multi-mode provision combines the best of remote learning with valuable in-person time in laboratories, studios, and practical training. The pandemic has accelerated these changes, causing us to think hard about 2 important questions. How do we best use our valuable time together in person? And what can we accomplish by connecting from a distance? These questions have been acute during the crisis and will persist long into the future. We will need to continue to weigh options that can reduce travel, save time, and maximize our connections. As our time together in person is limited, we cherish it even more. I hope that, among the many things you will remember about Imperial, you will look back on the valuable experiences you had working with, listening to, learning from, and spending time with others. Whether it was students in your course, or friends from societies or residences, or staff you came to know. Sharing ideas and building lasting relationships are valuable lifelong assets. The Imperial College community will always be a part of who you are. As you think back to the people you met, the things you learned, and the experiences you had, remember what all this meant to you as you departed last spring. Here are 3 thoughts to leave you with. First, use your Imperial education, the knowledge, the experiences, and the friendships you made here to navigate whatever the future brings. Second, stay in touch. You will be inspired by the ways our staff, students, and alumni are working to mitigate the impacts of COVID-19, pollution, the cyber revolution, poverty, chronic disease, and more. And thirdly, maintain connections with your friends, professors, lecturers, readers, tutors, wardens, technicians, and mentors. Their collective experience is a resource for making decisions and opening doors. We may be in for another loop or 2 on the Ultimate. You are ready to deal with the jolts. You will continue to navigate the challenges ahead with the tenacity and courage that is a hallmark of Imperial alumni.
Imperial is an institution focused on scientific experimentation, to discover, test, learn, and adapt. Our mission is to and I'm greatly impressed that all of our students have tackled the global experiment created by the pandemic with resilience, resolve, and compassion. As we celebrate your achievements, it is also an opportunity to say thank you to those whose help has been instrumental in your success. You can share your messages of thanks to your friends and colleagues who have supported you by using the live chat box on the online graduation webpage. Together, we would like to thank your teachers, tutors, and support staff for their work and ingenuity in adapting your education to the present, and for their guidance and inspiration during your studies. Thank you to your families and friends that have been your backup teams throughout your time here. And thank you, our students, for the commitment and hard work you have shown over your time at Imperial in a particularly trying final year. You have contributed to Imperial's vibrant community of thinkers and doers and added to all aspects of Imperial life. Through this most unprecedented period, you have worked incredibly hard to achieve your degree in adverse circumstances. You should be very proud of your achievements. Well done.
I'm Abhijay, the President of Imperial College Union, and it's a privilege to be able to address you all today. Although the circumstances aren't ideal, I hope you enjoy today's celebration and that we get a chance to see you in person again once the external circumstances have improved. First and foremost, we're here today to celebrate the academic achievements of this community. All of you should be extremely proud to have reached this point. Imperial graduates are among the brightest and best, if I do say so myself. Friends and family watching might also want to pat themselves on the back. It's so often their support that keeps us going through challenging degrees. We're also here to celebrate your achievements outside the classroom. Studying at Imperial grants us access to some great opportunities, which thousands take advantage of each year. On one side, there are the cutting-edge research opportunities and academic societies which support the education of other students, as well as those in the wider community. On the other, there are student societies spanning sport, art, music, drama, culture, faith, recreation, and discussion, run by and for students, to which so many of you have dedicated yourselves over your time at the college. As I'm sure you will attest, these activities are extremely important. They keep us rounded and give us the real-world skills that complement the knowledge we attain through study. Now is a good time to reflect on all the aspects of university life that you've experienced and the vitality you've brought to our community in your time at Imperial. It's worth taking a moment to celebrate the diversity of this community. Imperial is a tremendously diverse place, not only in terms of age, culture, and creed, but much more importantly in terms of thought. While everyone who makes it here is extremely intelligent, their individual ideas can vary significantly. This is instructive, both because it teaches us that the color of your skin or your place of birth don't necessarily correlate with similarities in thinking, and also because of the productive tension that this diversity of thought engenders to the benefit of science and society as a whole in the long run. Speaking of science, and at a risk of delving into cliché, though we now stand on the shoulders of giants, in the future it will be our shoulders on which others stand. This is worth bearing in mind. What sort of foundations do we want to lay for those who follow us? How can we address important issues and ensure the work we do stands to benefit the world as a whole going forward? It really is in our hands. Thank you for your contributions to our community, and I wish you the very best of luck in your future endeavours.
I would like to offer my warm congratulations and thanks to you, the students of the Faculty of Medicine, for all the hard work and determination you've shown in reaching this most significant moment. The past year has put many challenges in your way, on top of the not inconsiderable matters of coursework, examinations, dissertations, theses, and vivas. The commitment and integrity you've demonstrated through these taxing months makes your achievements all the more commendable. I'm thinking specifically of those of you who graduated early, at the very beginning of the pandemic, sitting the first ever online medical exam finals back in March, and then who went straight into clinical service to help our NHS colleagues manage the COVID-19 patients on the wards. I'm thinking of the students who rose to the challenge of online learning, even though you suddenly found yourselves juggling childcare too, as the schools and nurseries closed. And of those of you who studied from home in inappropriate and often cramped conditions without the usual access to campus in the early days of lockdown to complete your exams. I note that there has been a massive increase in donations from alumni, from business and individuals to support students in hardship in response to the commitment to the NHS and community which has been shown by you, Imperial Faculty of Medicine students, during this past year. And I'm thinking of the massive response to requests for volunteering, where Faculty of Medicine's cheerful and committed students made many diverse contributions to the COVID-19 response. This resulted in many letters from all of our partner NHS hospitals saying what wonderful people our students are and how you made a material difference to the delivery of service at a time of greatest need. Indeed, Imperial even received a letter from the Queen noting your wonderful contributions and thanking you for your commitment and wishing you all the very best in your future careers. You are a year in whom the entire faculty are incredibly proud. I'm sure you'll join me in acknowledging the support of your faculty, your teachers, advisors, administrative and operations staff. This has been a team effort, and I'm so proud of the way my staff and you have come together to tackle our collective challenges head on. This moment helps us celebrate you and to mark the next steps you will take. You, our medics of tomorrow, our surgeons, our public health experts, our brain scientists. But before you take those first steps, pause a second to recognize just what you have achieved and know that you walk into the world as part of the Faculty of Medicine community.
Students of the School of Public Health, on behalf of the Faculty of Medicine and Imperial College, I would like you to know how glad we are that you've been able to join us today. We are not in the Albert Hall, but we are together, and that alone is something to celebrate. In many societies through all of our history, there have been naming ceremonies. The ancient Greeks had a ceremony called the Amphidromia, usually held about 7 days after the birth of a child. On this day, the newborn baby was introduced to the family and given a name. The Romans had a similar celebration, the Dies Lustricus. The Hindus have Namakarana, the Christians baptism, and the Jews the ceremony of Brit Milah. Each involves the naming of the new person and introduces them to their community. They are occasions of great joy and celebration. Over the last years, you have studied at one of the great universities of the world, a place which has been at the forefront of the battle against COVID. The pandemic will have affected you in many different ways, but it has not diminished the value of your degree or the pride that your faculty feel in you. There is a wonderful phrase in the ancient book of Isaiah, which says, "I have called you by your name, and you are mine." Today, you will be named by a member of our faculty on behalf of the university. They will be Matthew Fisher, Mark Shadow Hyam, Matthew Harris, and Abbas Deegan. When they read your name, they declare to the world that you have achieved your degree. But in another way, they are claiming you for the family of Imperial alumni, something that is now yours by right. During your life, you will join many communities and families, your workplace family, your partner's family, your children's school family. But for almost all of you, one of the most enduring and important will be the family that you developed while you were at university. Albert Schweitzer is one of my great heroes. He won the Nobel Peace Prize in 1952. He was a great man who trained to be a doctor in his 30s in order to found a charitable hospital in Africa. The reason I admire him so much is that he is the sort of person I would love to have been friends with. He appears to have been the most cheerful and optimistic being and did great things without being too serious. He said, "Success is not the key to happiness, but happiness is the key to success. If you love what you are doing, you will be successful." On this, your academic naming day, I wish you all the happiness in the world. The degree that you have achieved has given you one of the most important opportunities. It will help you to choose a world of work that you can love. And I'm sure that Albert Schweitzer was correct. If you love what you are doing, you will be successful. Don't be a stranger. Keep in touch.
Professor Matthew Fisher, reading the Diploma of the Imperial College Master of Science in Epidemiology at the School of Public Health. Megan Astley. You buy. Daria Border. Iro Chadzidaki. Paula Kristen. Constanza Diaz Jackson. Chiyong Jiang. Salome Kellett. Reese Kingston. Judith Lego. Liao Chiameng. Kajul Panchal. Radost Pensheva. Li P. Alexandra Richards. Lee Bryant Sims. And the MSc Epidemiology Prize for Best Dissertation, as well as the MSc Epidemiology Prize for Best Overall Performance, Rosalie Singleton. Amy Tickle. Tingxi Ye. Zheng Yangzhu. That concludes the graduates from the Master of Science, Epidemiology.
Diploma of the Imperial College, Masters of Science, Health Data Analytics and Machine Learning, School of Public Health. Nicholas Agrotis. Zian Bo. Abigail East. Joshua Elliott. Louis Fisher. Joël Heller. Marta Monika Kwiatkowska. Émilie Lambourg. Antje Barbara Metzler, Learning Prize for Best Dissertation. Shati Rahman. Charlotte Isabel Featherstone Severs. Yalu Su. Hong Kai Tan. Cécile Tran Kiem. Matthew Whitaker. Tim Wolf. That concludes the graduates from the Masters of Science, Health Data Analytics and Machine Learning.
Diploma of the Imperial College, Master of Public Health, School of Public Health. My name is Dr. Matthew Harris and I'm a co-director of the Masters in Public Health programme. And on behalf of the entire course, I would like to offer my sincere congratulations to all of the graduates for the year 2020. An amazing achievement completing the course, and on behalf of the whole course we wish you every success in your future careers. The following are successful graduates of the diploma of the Imperial College Master of Public Health, School of Public Health. Sarah Abdul Jabbar. Titila Yomi Adesunya. Sharonjit Kaur Dilan Ajit Singh. Wafa Alalyani. Samiha Alum. Cleo Baskin. Archana Biram. Estera Bonsea. James Buckley. Abhinaya Chandrasekhar. Ching Lam Chung. Miriam Chichek. Christian Kondak. Master of Public Health, Health Services and Systems Stream, Prize for Best Overall Performance, and Master of Public Health Prize, Health Services and Systems Stream for Best Dissertation, Katrina Crooks. Kate Davis. Alicia De Vink. Alison Dillman. Elizabeth Dixon. Bohan Fan. Emily Vivian. Mingyu Gao. Maria Geneshka. Theodora Goodwin. Raina Herva. Aki Itakura. Momina Yawar Irfan Khan. Master of Public Health Prize, Global Health Stream for Best Dissertation, Yeon Hee Kim. Hannah Kaufman. Zuzana Kupchikova. Sean Yu Ching Lee. Reese Lewis. Xianshuan Li. Kieran Lin. Xinyi Liu. Rachel Lunt. Jessica McCarthy. Aya Morishita. Veronica Moshokgo. Akoswa Ofori. Tomoya Ono. Olivia Okoli. Angel Orse Forso. Hao Young Peng. Carlos Said. Francisca Susana Sala. Marina Sanchez Perez. Farmida Saka. Isha Singh. Nirali Paragsoni. Olufadebi Kausara Sunmola. Ping Ti Tang. David Varghese. Chen Chang Wang. Cam Ying Wong. Owen Wood. Jean-Baptiste Woods. Nayang Yang. JC Gyashi Zhu. That concludes the graduates from the Master of Public Health.
Diploma of the Imperial College, Doctor of Philosophy, School of Public Health. Aisha Suleiman Hamad Al-Qafri, Doctor of Philosophy. Kauthar Al-Dabhani, Doctor of Philosophy. Mohammed Mosfer G. Al-Juaid, Doctor of Philosophy. Masha'il Al-Sheikh, Doctor of Philosophy. Yelena Besevich, Doctor of Philosophy. Finlay Campbell, Doctor of Philosophy. Caitlin Collins, Doctor of Philosophy. Arminder Deol, Doctor of Philosophy. Julia Dunn, Doctor of Philosophy. Mustafa El Montsri, Doctor of Philosophy. Obiora Aninia, Doctor of Philosophy. Han Fu, Doctor of Philosophy. Francesca Galea, Doctor of Philosophy. Dipender Gill, Doctor of Philosophy. James Hay, Doctor of Philosophy. Taqwa Jandubi Bedhiafi, Doctor of Philosophy. Hannah Lishman, Doctor of Philosophy. Jose Marcano Belisario, Doctor of Philosophy. Claire Patricia McCormack, Doctor of Philosophy. Edward Maynard, Doctor of Philosophy. Farida Naim, Doctor of Philosophy. Bronwen Nia Owen, Doctor of Philosophy. Roby Parks, Doctor of Philosophy. Richard Patterson, Doctor of Philosophy. Catherine Elizabeth Robb, Doctor of Philosophy. Charlotte J. Roscoe, Doctor of Philosophy. Isabel Rutledge, Doctor of Philosophy. Paraskevi Seferidi, Doctor of Philosophy. Todd Bradley Smith, Doctor of Philosophy. Oliver John Watson, Doctor of Philosophy. Zhenchun Yang, Doctor of Philosophy. That concludes the graduates from School of Public Health.
I'm thrilled to be joining you today to celebrate your graduation and the onward journey of this wonderful academic institution. This is actually my first Imperial graduation, as I joined as Chair of Council in January this year. I've always been impressed, however, by Imperial. I've long admired your way of working across disciplines, of embracing opportunities within academia, but also with industry. The chance to work with so many outstanding thinkers and innovators is what brought me here. And what a year to start. This isn't the 2020 any of us planned, and perhaps nobody knows this more than you. But here we are, learning, enduring, changing, succeeding, together. I take great inspiration and comfort from what you, our graduating students, have achieved in getting here, and I'm so excited to hear about what you'll do next. I imagine you'll be feeling apprehension at your next steps. We're living in a different world, it's true. The future is a challenging and changing one, but it's one full of opportunities, both well-established ones ready for you to step into, but also completely new ones for you to venture out to. In getting to this point, you've proven yourselves robust, talented, motivated individuals who are poised to grasp these opportunities. Now, throughout my career, I've become aware of a defining feature of success. I believe it comes to those who have a burning desire to make things happen, the determination to achieve, and the interpersonal skills to bring people together. And from what I've seen with my own eyes at Imperial and the achievements I've heard today, I know you have those qualities and that you will go on to make great and positive changes in the world. But please know this is not goodbye. Far from it. Instead, it's welcome. Welcome to the next chapter of your lives, but also welcome to the worldwide network of Imperial alumni of whom you are now a vital part. We'll be here for you as you go on to exciting careers, following you, supporting you, celebrating you every step of the way. So please do stay in touch. You're now members of the Imperial family, and we can't wait to see what you do.